Welcome to the Launch Capsule. With your host, James DuBos. Buckle up because your launch capsule begins now.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Welcome to this episode of the Launch Capsule. I'm Jim DuBos, and today we're going to talk about effective inside sales, specifically talking about the skills that an effective inside sales resource needs in order to be successful. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about strong communication and active listening. An inside sales professional who's trying to generate leads and opportunities for an account management team is going to rely heavily on phone calls, emails, and video calls to engage the prospect. So you have to be able to clearly articulate any value proposition while listening to the prospect to understand what are their pain points and business outcomes they're trying to achieve. You have to have the ability to adapt tone and message based on customer responses. One of my good friends says you have to be a chameleon, which is a great way to express what we're trying to get to here. You need to have strong written communication skills in order to send proper emails and follow-ups to prospects. The second skill is persuasion and negotiation. You have to be able to handle objections and position the solution or service you're trying to sell in a compelling way. The ultimate inside sales resource has the ability to tell a story and provide some real-world examples to build trust with a prospect. You have to also understand the psychology of closing a sale and have the right timing for offers. Finally, under this topic, it's really the ability to differentiate value over price, especially if you're selling something that is a premium solution. The third skill is the ability to use a CRM and sales technology. You need to have skills in that sales software, whatever you're using to manage those prospects and opportunities, whether it's Salesforce, HubSpot, or some other application. You have to have automation built within these tools so that you maintain efficiency with your time. Things like email sequences, lead tracking, and reporting. The other thing that I would say is integration with video conferencing, chat tools, and some virtual demos. These can be very effective and efficient ways to make the most of your time. Fundamentally, you're trying to use data to give you some insights so that you can prioritize the lead and tailor the outreach appropriately to the prospects. The fourth skill is a personal skill around resilience and adaptability. I can promise you, if you're an inside resource, you are going to get a lot of rejection. So this is going to require some mental toughness. You're going to need to have the ability to provide self-motivation and maintain some energy during this process, because it's going to be a very repetitive sales cycle. You also need to have the ability to adapt to new market trends, some new sales techniques, and ultimately changing customer needs. Finally, you need to have the ability to take constructive feedback and continuously improve on your process and on the strategies that you're using. The last skill is around time management and organization. You have to have the ability as an inside sales resource to manage multiple leads, provide follow-ups and accounts without missing opportunities that are presenting themselves. You have to prioritize the high-value target by going through those leads and the analytics and data that are provided to you by your tools. You need to use your schedule efficiently. One of the best suggestions I ever received was to take my calendar and turn it into 15-minute blocks. So don't use half hour, don't use hour, use 15 minutes. That way you effectively manage your call times and your follow-up. Lastly, you need to establish daily goals and activity tracking. You have to do that in order to maximize productivity. Okay, so look, this was a blitz on the 5 most critical skills needed for an effective inside sales resource. And it's a combination of communication, analytical capabilities, relationship building skills that are going to drive these conversations. The goal here is for you to build long-term customer relationships. So if you really work on these 5 skills, combining it with specific industry knowledge and company knowledge that you're going to need for the inside sales resource to be successful, these 5 skills will take you down the road of success. I hope you have an awesome day today, and thank you for taking the time to listen.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Launch Capsule. The Launch Capsule. With your host and mentor to success, James DuBos. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share.